Okay, good morning. How are you? Hope you're having a great day. I just thought I would shoot a little quick video on a little technique that I came up with. I'm sure other people have had this same idea, but I'm showing, this is my very first mixed media book. As you can see, it's got issues. It was the first one I ever did, so there was a lot of things that I didn't know. And when you don't know, you don't know. So I've learned a lot going through everything, but I wanted to show this little technique because I have a couple journals that I wanted to put something similar in. So if you can see these flowers that are on here, they are temporary tattoo. So made for skin, but I thought, you know what? I had them. They're gorgeous. So they look like they were kind of breaking out. Like if it was on your skin, it would make it look like they were vines of roses coming out. And I thought, oh, these are really cool. So I thought I would see what they could look like on paper. And I did. And I loved it. So I was going through some things for a couple of journals that I was working on. And I thought, oh, I have some temporary tattoos. Let's give it a go. So also at some point, if anybody is interested in seeing some of my early mixed media fun in here, let me know. This is a fun book. It's been around for quite a while, and it's seen some things. It's been to many states. This is the outside cover. It was a herb book that I found on the side of the road, and I turned it into a mixed media journal. So that's that guy. But I have these three little journals here that I'm in process of working on. So they're all have some very different themes, but I have them marked on where I want to try and do this. So I'm going to set these two off to the side and find the page where I want to put this guy. So this is the temporary tattoo that I'm going to put on this page, and I want to put this little guy right here. This is a special order, a special thing I'm making for somebody. So first of all, there's a couple of things that you can do. You can prep your pages if you wanted to with a little bit of clear gesso or regular gesso. You can use black, white, whatever kind of gesso you want, and that'll seal the page. You don't have to do that. And I'm not going to do it with this one, and it's going to probably be a little bit of an experiment. I just got some new clear gesso, and I'm not happy with it because it's shiny, and I was hoping for some matte, but it is what it is. So what we're going to do, and it's really simple. You do the same thing like you would do with putting it on your skin. You have something damp ready to go. You have your, take the plastic seal off of it just like you would a normal. And of course, you're not going to be able to see it perfectly. You can trim them down so you can see exactly where it's going to go. Now I'm just going to lay it here. And then I'm putting this on here like that and pressing. So this is just a sponge that has some water in it. And yes, the pages on here are probably going to get damp, but I don't care. As you can see, this one is very distressed. It's supposed to look like it belonged to an alchemist. And I got to do some really fun things with some aquatic stuff and making it look like it had some spills and splatters and things like that in here. So it says only 10 to 20 seconds. So what we're going to do is we're going to check to see if it's wet enough. It is not. I need to get my sponge a little more damp, I think. Squeezed it out too much. So let's try this again. It's been a while since I did this technique too, so that's why I thought it would be fun to do it this way. So I'm just putting it on there. Really, it just needs to get that paper backing wet. So we're just pressing it on there. It's almost there. You can tell the paper when the paper gets wet, you can see where it's at. So just like you would do on your skin. So putting a temporary tattoo on your skin. But I am a sucker for quarter machines. And So I have over the years gathered a number of temporary tattoos for random things, and plus my little guy, he loves temporary tattoos. But I was also going through, and so I have this pretty one that's got some sparkle on it, and this is going to go in another journal that I've been working on. Okay, so that's done. Now you just want to check your edge to make sure it's good. That didn't go right there. Come on, buddy. And you can press it down a little bit. So I'm just very slowly peeling this off because remember, it's on paper. Okay, perfect. So we had a little bit stay on here. That's fine. Now we're going to let this dry. And then what you can do is seal over it. So you want to seal over it with a little bit of, you could use Mod Podge. You can also use clear gesso. You can use medias like matte media gel and things like that too. So while that one's drying, let's do the next one, since I got a couple of these ready to go. And that one's got to dry before we seal it. So here's the next one. This is like a person, this is for a person that is like, I marked the page, didn't I? Yes, I did. Then into symbols and stuff like that for this journal. So it needed a bunch of that kind of stuff. So this one, I'm going to trim down the edge a little bit here because it is pretty big. And I want to be able to see where it's going. So this is also another way that you can use up some other supplies that you wouldn't necessarily think about as a art supply. And that one goes there, and we're just going to put this here just to add a little extra page decoration. So stick that down, and then the same thing. We have our sponge. I'm going to let this one be a little bit wetter this time. And then just on, oh, that might have been a lot of water. That's okay. So make sure I'm in camera here. Move up a little bit. So same thing. Just like you would put on a temporary tattoo for your skin. That one looks good. Yeah, and the paper is going to get a little wet. I have some distress on these, so I don't mind. You can, like I said, protect. You can put some saran wrap down underneath, put some plastic, put some other things down. Just do it on the one sheet that you're going to do. It would be great on ephemera. There's so many options. Okay. So let's peel this one up. Oop, it didn't stay. Let's push him down a little again. Wet back thoroughly with sponge. Let's see. Is it going to work? I've had these for a while, so you never know. Is it coming off? The tip didn't, but that's okay. Perfect. Okay, so once again, we're going to let that dry. And hopefully by the time we get this third one done, the next one will be ready. Once again, another journal. This one was, I had a lot of fun. It's obviously just partially done right now. But I did a lot with, I dunked the whole signature. It's not stitched in yet in coffee. And this is like pirate, navigator, aquatic stuff. So I'm just going to set the cover off to the side. Here is the page I'm going to do. Here is the, I don't want to get my signature out of order, but I'm just pulling this one out by itself to do, just to show you another option. So this is going here, and then I think I'm going to do like a fabric flip over it, so it'll be like the reveal afterward. So here's this big one. This is going to be, and I'm going to center this kind of here. Stick that down and get our sponge. This one might take a little bit more since it's so big. And we're just going to put that on there. Let it start getting soft. I did take the cover off of it, didn't I? Did I take the plastic? Yes, I took the plastic off. All right, so we're just gonna Make sure this gets in here and wet. Once again, I don't care that the paper's getting wet. If you do, there are things you can do to prevent that. I'm just squeezing out some of that water. That was pretty wet. There we go. So press, press. This one said like 30 seconds. That's probably because it's so big. There we go. See if that's enough. It doesn't really take much to do this. Nope, that didn't come off yet. Okay, that's fine. If it's not quite ready, it's not quite ready. Oops, that's right. Some extra water here. What's the worst that could happen? It doesn't work, right? But we tried something new. That's fun. So there we go. I'm just trying to make sure it's pressed down firmly onto the paper. Okay, let's see now if we're good. Yes. It's a little, you know what, I'm gonna give it a little minute more. I feel like it should release a little better than what it is. There we go. Just go slow when you peel this off. And I can tell that didn't seal down to the paper great, but it's still pretty good. Now, another thing that you should probably do, and I forgot to do this on the other ones, is with your damp towel, press it down again so it's in contact with the page better in case there's like little bubbles and stuff. All right, so now we're gonna let that one dry. So now we have 3 of them. I need a flat spot. Switch back to our first. Is this wet? This is wet. All right, move back to our little turtle here. Set that one over there. Okay, so is this dry? Yes. Okay, I just want to make sure we're not stuck down here, and we are a little bit, but that's okay. So we have layers here. Okay, so now just to seal this down, I had gotten out, there it is. This is, I'm just spraying a little water in here because it's a little dry. Get a different brush. I need a firm brush. This is pretty good. So this is supposed to be a heavy gel medium. It's a little bit heavier than I would want, but it's matte. But I thinned it out a little bit with some water. And then all I'm going to do is gently seal this down with this matte medium. That's all I'm doing, is making sure it's sealed to the page with some matte medium. You can use gesso. You could use Mod Podge, like I said. And there's like a spot that's coming up. I want to make sure I got that. But there you go. So that is down. We've covered that pretty well. Should be all right. So there you go. Really simple thing you can do to add something, a different layer to your, so it's kind of like a rubby or a rub-on that you can use, those rub-on transfers and stuff, but it's just another option. So there you go. Pretty cool, huh? I know it's, you know, still got to dry, but it's a little shiny. All right, where's the next one? Let's do the next one quick. So yeah, you could put these on ephemera. You could do all kinds of stuff. Here's this guy. Not quite dry yet, but I'm okay. It's a little warpy warbly, but I want to just use it. Get this on. Make sure you get past the edges of it when you're doing this. I think I'm out of focus again here. Here we go. But yeah, this is probably messy, but I don't mind it for these journals. I'm adding more texture and stuff to them because they're supposed to look like they're really worn and they've been around and they've been used as journals for adventurers for years in a very harsh world. So that's why they look so different. This was a commission. These journals are a commission from one of my friends that asked me to make some journals for the guys in his gaming group. So kind of fun. So that one is that. These journals have been a fantastic challenge for me to kind of go on the theme that he wanted. So this is still wet out here, but once again, I don't care. I'm going to just go ahead and do it because this one especially, I'm making it look like it has basically been really wet multiple times, which is why I have all the staining on the edges and the cover and everything. So this is just going on top once again. It's matte medium. I know this, everybody's probably like, oh my gosh, that poor paintbrush. I know. But it is what it is. I use what I got. It's not as stiff as the one as I would have liked. So I'm just painting this, getting this brushed on, kind of covering this whole area to seal it down. That's all I'm doing. And like that first page that I showed you, that has been on that book. That was early on. I did that in that book. So that has probably, I don't even want to say how many years that book is. And it is well traveled. It has been on airplanes. It has been, I used to take that book with me all the time and be journaling, taking a bag of journaling stuff with me, art journaling, mixed media stuff. Okay, so there we have it, guys. Some things with temporary tattoos. So once again, not an actual product that most people would think of to put in a journal, but another option, something fun that you can think about and do. And then once again, our third one. So all three of these guys in here. All right, I hope you like the video, guys. I tried to make it short and sweet. Just real fast little technique thing. So let me know in the comments what you think. Don't forget to like and share and subscribe and look through those bins of stuff. You might have some goodies that you can use in your journals that you didn't think about before. So just remember, art with your heart. Thanks, guys. Have a good day. Bye.